Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to this Superliminal Games YouTube video. It's Dan, I'm back, and I'm here with more Star Wars Unlimited. And as you probably can tell, unlike the last time I came to you with Star Wars Unlimited, this time I've got paper fucking cards. Hell yeah. This past weekend, as of recording, I was able to play in one pre-release event for Star Wars Unlimited at my local game store, the comic book store in Glassboro, New Jersey. Check them out, they're the best. And this is the deck that I assembled out of my sealed pool, along with the other rares that I got in that sealed pool that I did not end up using as a part of my deck. In retrospect, I can tell you right off the bat, I do wish I had put the It Binds All Things in my deck, but even still, I was able to go 2-1 in one-game matches, and the game that I lost in the third match, it was against an aggro Sabine deck that was really, really close to mono aggression and just chip damaged me to death. Couldn't have possibly had enough healing to actually fight through all that. It was madness. But because I'm so stoked about the game, I wanted to kind of go over the deck that I put together and how it played, and what I might maybe wish I'd done differently, because I did get a little, I'll say, focused on the fact that I had Lando rare and Spark of Rebellion rare, so two rares in the same color combination, and the Jyn Erso, which I was told and now will believe absolutely is a very good leader in Limited. Also, it allowed me to do a really bad Forrest Whitaker Saw Gerrera impression the whole time. Every time I deployed her onto the table, I said, Jyn! in the same manner that he does. Opening the packs was really cool. Finally getting to see cards in my hand was really cool. Also, the fact that my first pack had a foil Hyperspace Precision Fire. Not a card I ended up playing, and a card that I'm not, I like it for Trooper stuff especially, and I want to build a Trooper Twin Suns deck, once I get my boxes and stuff in. But it was just seeing the Hyperfoil in the first pack that I opened was very like, oh shit, this game that I've been following since early June of last year is real, and it's legit, and it's in my hands. In addition to that, I did get two Hyperspace Leaders in my packs. I got Hyperspace IG-88 and a Hyperspace Grand Moff Tarkin, so that's great, starting the collection of Hyper Leaders off right. Did not get a showcase, obviously, but did play against somebody who had a showcase Sabine, and not the Sabine that beat me, actually. I played against Luke Sabine, and because of course I did, and beat one Sabine, did not manage to beat the other Sabine. So, stuff that I liked about this deck. I liked that I was able to get to 21 units. I personally think that 20 to 22 units is probably a good place to go, especially for somewhat of an aggressive deck. Obviously, I'm a little stacked on 4s, and I've got 5s and 6s, but I think they're fine. This was still a very aggressive deck. Being able to combine things like Rogue Operative and Fleet Lieutenant together for big raid attacks with the Rogue Operative was great, especially with Saboteur. Crafty Smuggler, I went into the event considering it a really good 2-drop, and boy did that fella overperform. Especially with Jyn's active ability or static ability, just being able to send him in to something, get the shield knocked off, then send him into something with 2 or 1 attack power, and still have him survive was really, really, really impressive. Shoot First overperformed, but I knew that was going to happen. Waylay overperformed, but I knew that was going to happen. Just being able to return a unit that has upgrades on it was really, really strong. Vanquish was Vanquish. I think I played it once. The whole event, and it won me the game. So, Spark of Rebellion, I don't know, it was good. I took an Obi-Wan out of the Luke player's hand with it, and I don't think I played it the rest of the time, but as somebody who has played a fair number of Thoughtseizes in my day in Magic, I was not mad to have a turn 1 play that I could do like that. I think if I had to redo this deck again, I'd want one more turn 1 unit play. I'd also want more space units. I only ended up with one, two, three, four, 5 space units, and 4 of them are 1 or 2 drops. And I didn't have any more in these colors, and I think, if I'd been able to get a Corellian freighter, the brown or silver, tan, gray, whatever, the non-aspect version, I think that would have gone really well in this deck and would have allowed me a little bit more pressure in space, because the game that I lost it to not being able to control the space arena as well as I was able to control the ground arena. Never drew Canon Jarrus the whole event, so I have no idea how he plays, but the hyperspace looked really cool. Syndicate Lackeys was an absolute banger for me. The ambush is so powerful, and the first time I played it with Jin on the board, Jin's unit side on the board, and so I was able to attack in with the ambush and attack into something that had 4 power, take it out, and have the Syndicate Lackeys survive, which was great. Cargo Juggernaut did heal 4 damage from my base the one time I played it. That was really nice. And Devotion got resourced every time I drew it, because every time I drew it, I was ahead. So Devotion got resourced a lot. I cannot speak to it, though I will say that Liana Anatolovich, the artist for Devotion, is one of my favorite artists working in the game, so I was glad to open the Devotion and get a chance to put some of her work into my deck. That was a lot of fun. And honestly, like, the event, we had 16 players, and it was a bunch of old Destiny players. I never played Destiny. I'm a degenerate, or have been, I guess, a degenerate Magic player for a very long time. I don't really play all that much modern days Magic anymore. Part of why I was looking for such a new game to come out for me to work with, like Unlimited here. Plus, the IP is my favorite IP of all time, so that was an obvious good positivity for me. Other things that performed really well for me were the Azutuk Liberator gunship, the ambush, again, just really good, especially if Jin is deployed, or even ambushing into something and then being able to attack later. Just Jin's ability is really good, so that's where that is. Surprise Strike worked really well for me. Bamboozle is Bamboozle, say what you will about the art. Getting able to exhaust a unit and bounce back the upgrades on it. When I played against one opponent whose upgrades were all token upgrades, I don't think, much like my deck, I don't think they had maybe 1, maybe 2 upgrades. I didn't see them in the one game. And so getting to be able to bounce the token upgrades was really, really good. I had a Cantina Bouncer in my pool that I considered playing in this deck, but after I looked at it, I didn't want to play it half out of aspect with the aspect penalty, because I did not want to try to have to go up that many resources. I stopped most games at 6 resources, and even I played a couple games for fun that weren't related to the tournament, and because I finished quickly as an aggro deck, and I was just stopping at 6 resources, and I ended one game with 5 resources in play because I picked up a Waylay that I had resourced early with Lando. So that was cool. I have to be honest, I played a fair bit of this game on Force Table against the AI. I had never played it on Tabletop Simulator because I loathe the Tabletop Simulator interface for any game, and just did not feel like dealing with it. It feels clunky. I don't know. It's old man yells at cloud, I guess, for me. But that's that. So I had not played nearly enough of this game. I'd never played it against a human being outside of the demos at PAX Unplugged and at the Roadshow at the other LGS in my area. And I loved getting to actually go back and forth on the actions with another player. Getting to do that was so much fun. And honestly, this game is the game that I've been looking for, because it's Star Wars, which I love, and it's quick and snappy, which I love, and it's action-packed, and it feels like you're in, a hand-to-hand combat fight or a dogfight in space with your opponent, and everything changes from minute to minute, and it's really, really good. Like, the Magic player in me, who's played a lot of control decks and spent a lot of time learning how to try to sequence plays based on information available before the turn started, definitely took a little bit of, this, I need to adjust to new information every time I pass my action. But that was cool. Resourcing decisions was difficult. I've only played a small handful of games of Lorcana, and those are the only games that I have played with a resource system like this, and other than obviously on Force Table. And learning what you can put down and what you can't put down, I think, is really interesting. And when you should put certain resources down, when do you put the high value stuff down, when do you put the low value stuff down. I think that's something I'm going to still need to work on to learn, but was really, really cool. So after the pre-release event, the store had a couple of extra pre-release kits laying around, and my wife and I have been getting really into Star Wars TV shows lately. We kind of missed them for a while because we have children, and we really, really had been getting into all the Star Wars TV shows. We actually just had our second child recently, and in the run-up to that, we watched 4 seasons of Star Wars in 2 weeks, all various shows, and we're working our way through Andor right now. And so I wanted to pick her up a pre-release kit because we've played Magic together in the past, we played Lorcana together, and she seemed interested in both the playing and collecting aspect of this game. And those of you who are watching this who know me, who know my wife, know that she is probably the luckiest person on the face of the planet when it comes to busting packs and things like that. So I got her the pre-release kit, and I was like, well, we'll see what she cracks, and we'll see if she can outdo my pool, which had no legendaries in it, and didn't really have anything other than I guess the Dooku was pretty good, but the Lando screamed good. And first pack she opens, foil Devastator. You can't really tell it's foil because of the lighting in here, but that is a foil Devastator, and I just thought that was really cool, especially considering I'm a long-time old head Star Wars CCG player, and Devastator's come a long way since 1995. Used to be a 8-cost 9/6. Now it is a 10-cost 10/10. Way more powerful in that game than in this game, but just thought it was cool that I had a Devastator from the Unlimited Premiere, and now I have a foil Devastator. I guess it's a combined collection, have a foil Devastator from Star Wars Unlimited. And so then she cracks a couple packs, and we're going along, and everything's fine. And she goes, I got another legendary. It is a hyperspace foil Millennium Falcon. I was beside myself. First off, this card is ridiculously playable. Second off, I'm so glad that pre-release kit was not opened at the pre-release, because holy crap, that would have been really strong for somebody to have. But just blown away by the hyperfoil. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is, it's so pretty, and it looks so good, and it's such a playable card, and I'm very excited that we own it, envious that she cracked it with a pool that wasn't going to be used for anything, but I'm over the moon for this game. I really am. I mean, I have a stack of cards this big so far. I have 3 booster boxes in the mail on their way to me. The first one should be here tomorrow, the other should be here soon, and I'm going to be going to my LGS to get at least 1 more, if not 2 more booster boxes over the course of the very, very soon times. The last thing I wanted to say again is a shout out to my LGS is during the rounds they did little door prizey raffles with some of the stuff that FFG had given them to give away, and I was able to get the token box, the plastic token box that is unbelievably strong, and I was also able to get the Spark of Rebellion branded initiative token that they did. Nice and meaty thunk when it hits the table. It's very good. And then I've got my dice in here that I use for damage and damage on base, damage on units, because I'm old and I don't use cardboard chits. I like to use dice. But I'm really excited for this game. You can absolutely expect more content coming to the channel about this game. Probably going to do a pack opening video here in the next couple of days and get that up on the channel as well, because I can't wait to bust more. I can't wait to play more. I can't wait to build out my collection. You know, I'm out here, I want to collect every card. I want to collect, you know, play sets of everything so I can just play Premier with whatever deck I want. I want to get a 1x collection of everything that I can use for Twin Suns, because you know, I used to enjoy playing Commander, and Twin Suns feels a lot more like what Commander used to feel like than what Commander felt like when I stopped playing it in 2019. And I want to build a cube. You know, those of you who know me personally from the channel or from real life, you know that I am a degenerate cube drafter in Magic, and I've loved Cube for 14 years now, and I want to build a cube out of this once there's enough cards to do it. I'm, you know, curating a list of stuff from Spark of Rebellion that I want to put into a cube, and obviously this Millennium Falcon will be there, as will this Devastator, but, you know, coordinating a list of cards now, and then I'm going to put together the rest of the list, the rest of an initial list when second set comes out, and then just keep refining. And you know, I want to have a cube forever, and I want people to draft with it. There's people in my local community who want to play this game, and I want to support that by giving them a free way to do it and letting them draft for free, because draft is the purest way to play card games, and this game seems to play limited incredibly well. So that's going to be all for this video. Not a long one, but definitely a recap of my pre-release experience, and just another reminder that this game is amazing. If you have not checked it out, please check it out. You can go to most local game stores, I would imagine, are carrying it at this point. The hype is building, and unlike Lorcana and Sorcery and One Piece and a few of the other more recently released games, they're not having the allocation issues that those games have had. You know, it seems like Asmodee and Fantasy Flight really stepped up and are ready to make enough of this game available for the people who want to play it, and that's fantastic to me. So until the next time I see you, all of the social stuff is the social stuff. It's down below what you're seeing right here. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those things that please the algorithm gods, and tell me who's your favorite Star Wars character, because I can tell you that my favorite Star Wars character is Han Solo, and my second favorite Star Wars character is Grand Admiral Thrawn. Both of them are cool cards in this game, and that's amazing. So until the next time I see you, bye everybody.